But we start the program out with a distinguished guest who has been here before. He is the titular head of Winston-Salem, and I welcome once again Mayor Allen Joines. Welcome, sir.
Good to see you. How have you been?
I've been fine. And I want to start off with a serious topic because it's the most recent thing that's been on the news, and then I want to hit you with some other things. Darryl Hunt, who's been on this program, and as you know, you've been a big supporter of his cause. I have been as well. Has decided now he will not sue the city of Winston-Salem. He was incarcerated for a murder he did not commit. For 18 years he was incarcerated. I say the man deserves any penny he can get. Now, I know you have to be an official and watch the dollars, but he did not sue, and that means what's the next step?
We're continuing good negotiations and discussions with Mr. Hunt and his attorneys, and we believe that we hopefully will have something to work out, announced by the 19th.
And I take it you're glad, sort of breathe a sigh of relief that I mean, this is a good guy, and he decided to let the process go forward. Yeah,
certainly, and I think it's been a very divisive issue, and I've been working hard to try to bring the community back together, and Darryl has been a great help in part of the healing process.
Yeah, you two guys make a good team, but let me go back, not to bring up old wounds, but look, there have been people who say that there were a couple detectives, a couple district attorneys, not just believe, but could have maybe faced criminal charges. These are guys that Darryl could go out and sue if he wanted to. Now, that be that as it may, I mean, I know you weren't mayor then.
Right.
What assurances do you give all of us that I can't be hauled up for a murder I didn't commit, or somebody out in the audience can't? I mean, do we have our detectives and DAs firing on the right cylinders? Have you taken steps to make sure?
I tell you, this city and particularly just the police department is not the same as it was 20 years ago.
Right.
We've taken some very demonstrative steps within the department, new formats for lineups, case file maintenance and things of that nature. That
checks and balances.
Checks and balances. So I feel real good about it.
Let's switch gears to the new ballpark. Billy Prim was here last week. I think this is just exciting, and I know you're excited about it. What's it going to mean for us?
Well, I think it's a type of an amenity that we have to have, Jim, in my opinion, if we're going to attract and retain young people. And, you know, Winston-Salem can no longer be an old manufacturing type community. We have to base our rebirth on knowledge-based industries, and those industries are looking for cities that they can attract young professionals to their companies, and having things like this. The other thing about this project is, as Billy probably told you, is that it's self-financing. It's one of those things that's almost too good to be true.
Exactly.
With 3 sources of revenue that come in, pay for the city's financing of this project.
Now, I'm all for the project. I think most people are, but let's talk about congestion. It's going to be right there at I-40 near Peters Creek. Boy, I tell you, if just somebody sneezes virtually, you're caught in a traffic jam on I-40, which is all the more reason that you support regional transportation, the good folks at PART. They're doing a good job. What do you say about that?
About regional transportation, I'm on the PART board certainly, and just been in some ways astonished with the great response to the bus that we have going from Winston-Salem to the airport and on to Greensboro every day. I think we're up in the thousands of riders. We now have a bus going to Mount Airy, one going to Boone. So that's the future.
It's going to help with congestion.
It is, very much.
You have been named, along with Nigel Austin, I believe, to head up the Black Theater Festival this year.
Fundraising.
Yeah, when is that going to be?
It was in late July, early August. And, Larry Leon has been sort of incapacitated, and we're trying to pick up the slack there. But we believe that we'll have a as good, if not better, event this year as we had in the past.
School resource officers all over the state are coming under fire, not because of anything they've done wrong necessarily, but just people are thinking, well, do we need them anymore? Do you think we need the presence of, I think we do. I mean, I'm prejudiced for that. I think we need some presence in the schools. Well, what do you think?
Well, I think, unfortunately, I would agree that we need to have that. There's been so many cases of violence within our school system. I think it helps the teachers and principals and others to help maintain some order there occasionally, and maybe it's a good role model for the kids.
Well, let me cover something here I'm going to embarrass you about. The Winston-Salem Journal recently wrote an article that said that, we wish Allen Joines had run last time against Virginia Fox. Now, Virginia's been on this show. She's a good friend of the show. And you thought seriously about running. You did, and there were a lot of people who supported you on that. She's going to be coming up for re-election. Also, there are people who say that we don't have a real strong field for gubernatorial candidates. Are you thinking any other kind of office as we look for 2008?
I'm really enjoying being mayor. There's a lot of good things that we're working on, and it's a lot of fun. So
that was a politician's answer.
That's right.
That was a politician,
and I'm sticking to it.
But if you were approached, somebody says we want you to run for Congress or we want you to run for governor or something, I mean, would you just automatically rule it out, or?
No, I obviously wouldn't automatically rule it out. We've looked at some possibilities certainly there, and love to try to continue to serve the people of the city and the state.
Well, you're doing a good job, and thanks for stopping by. I know you're busy, and
Thank you.
And you had a few minutes to spare to come by. Thank you, Mayor.
Good to see you, Jim.